Hello students, welcome back to our next lecture of botany. In our previous lecture, we have studied the what is botany and its scope, its career opportunities, various job opportunities in public government sectors as well as in private sectors. So you are better aware about the scope of botany now. So let's start with the botany. In this lecture, we are going to start our syllabus. That is, I am going to teach you the paper that is plant taxonomy. You, in this semester, you have two papers of botany. So first and the second paper. This is our second paper. That is, we will study the in second paper. The name of second paper is plant taxonomy. And the first one, you will study in first paper, that is algae, fungi, bacteria and viruses. Okay, so let's start with our second paper, that is plant taxonomy. You know me, and first of all, what is taxonomy? You heard about the name word taxonomy, or you may heard or might be heard about the word that is morphology. Okay, so you can see the plants everywhere. Okay, there are a huge number of plants in our surroundings, but different types of plants, different that is sizes, different colors, different shapes and different patterns they are. So there are various types of plants. So to know or to study these vast number of plants, you know that there are somehow 3 million species are present in our earth. So to study each and every plant, it is not possible. For that, we have to group them, and after grouping, what type of group, or uh, according to what basis we create the group, that is, we see the similarities among these plants and dissimilarities, or on the basis of similarities we grouped the all the plants in a same category. Okay, and dissimilar plants on the second category. So we have developed the groupism, that is the, you know that is the classification. Okay, during classification we that is gather those plants which look similar, which has the similar properties. So we group these plants. Okay, so while grouping, so it's easy when we group that or classify that plants into a various groups. It is easy for us to study that plants. So that's why classification is more important for studying the various groups, various different types of plants. Okay, so that is the taxonomy. Taxonomy or systematic, it is the study or the description. It is the study of what? Study of the organisms, or the study of the, in plant taxonomy, study of the plants. It is the study or the description means the characters, to study their characters, describe their characters, or the description on variations. So there are more that is a number of variations you have seen in your surrounding plants. Okay, some are big trees, some are short herbs, some are middle shrubs. All these height, size, shape, structure, all the variations, you see the variations among organisms, among plants, in order to come out with a classification system. Okay, so to study the plants, for grouping them, to make the groups of that plants. Okay, that is the classification system. The taxonomy is what? Taxonomy is the study or the description on variations. among the organisms in order to do the classification. Okay, that is the taxonomy. Okay, this taxonomy, it begins before the Christian period, that is about 300 years ago. That is the before Christian period. By whom? That is Theophrastus. Theophrastus, as I said earlier, that Theophrastus is the father of botany, because he started the study of botany. Okay, that's why Theophrastus is the father of botany. Okay, then this particular branch, that is taxonomy. Taxonomy is one of the branch of botany. As you study in the our previous lecture, that there are a number of branches of botany. So among that branches, taxonomy is one of them. So this taxonomical study, specific taxonomical study, it is started by Carolus Linnaeus in 1707 to this span is 1778. See, so he is the founder of this study, that is taxonomic study, and hence he is also known as the father of taxonomy. So this is the taxonomy. We will see in detail further while studying this topic. Till now, yes, before that we have just looked the syllabus of this paper. So you will aware about the syllabus first, and then we start the topic. Okay, so what is the syllabus? There are how much units are there, how many units are there, and what will you are going to study in your syllabus. So unit first is related with the introduction part. So in this introduction part, we will study about the what is taxonomy, what is the scope of taxonomy, and importance of taxonomy. Then next part is functions. What are the functions? Various types of functions that are related with the taxonomy. Then in taxonomy, it is based on the three parts, that is identification, nomenclature, and classification. What is that? So what do you mean by identification? Then what is nomenclature? Then classification. These three parts, or these three basic things, they are related with the taxonomy, or taxonomy is based on these three things. That is identification. First of all, when you study the plants, you have to identify that plants. Yes. Then you have to give the name of that plants, a particular name, or you can say the scientific name. So without knowing or without naming that plants, you cannot convey your study, or you cannot say something about that plant, because if तुम्ही तुमच्यावरूनच बघा, जर तुम्हाला नाव नसेल तर आपण कोणत्या नावाने हाक मारणार, है ना. सो that is same with the plants also. So first of all you have to identify, मतलब तुम्ही ओळखा त्या प्लांटला, तुमच्या जो जे प्लांट आहे त्याला तुम्ही ओळखायला पाहिजे. देन यू हॅव टू नेम दॅट प्लांट. नंतर तुम्ही त्या प्लांटचं नाव, सपोज तुमच्याजवळ एखादा आंब्याचं फांदी आणली, आंब्याचं झाड तुम्हाला दिसलं, तर तुम्ही सगळ्यात पहिले काय कराल की त्या झाडाला ओळखाल की त्याच्या स्ट्रक्चरवरून, त्याच्या फ्रूट्सवरून, त्याच्या पानांवरून. ठीक आहे, म्हणजे तुम्ही काय केलं, आयडेंटिफाय केलं. आणि त्याच्यानंतर मग तुम्हाला कळलं की या झाडाचं नाव आपण त्याला आंबा म्हणतो. दॅट इज द नॉमेनक्लेचर. नॉमेनक्लेचर मीन्स टू गिव द नेम टू द पर्टिक्युलर प्लांट. ओके, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आयडेंटिफाय, then give the name, that is nomenclature, and thereafter you that is place that plant in a particular group on the basis of similarities in characters. म्हणजे मग तुम्ही त्या झाडाला पर्टिक्युलर एका ग्रुपमध्ये ठेवता, बरोबर आहे. आणि त्या ग्रुपमध्ये ठेवताना त्या ग्रुपच्या ज्या काही कॅरेक्टर्स आहेत त्याच्याशी हे झाड मॅच होत आहे, म्हणून आपण त्या पर्टिक्युलर ग्रुपमध्ये त्या प्लांटला ठेवलं. त्याचे पानं, फुलं, फळं हे त्या ग्रुपशी मॅच होत आहे. बहुतेक कॅरेक्टर्स त्या ग्रुपशी मॅच होत आहे, म्हणून आपण त्या ग्रुपला त्या सिमिलर कॅरेक्टर्सच्या बेसिसवर तिथे ॲड केलं. दॅट मीन्स वी हॅव टू क्लासिफाय दॅट प्लांट्स. वी आर क्लासिफाईंग दॅट प्लांट. So these are the main or the basic things in the taxonomy. So we will study in detail about the identification, nomenclature and the classification, okay, in your first unit. So first unit covers all these things, that is definition, scope, importance, then function of taxonomy, then it is included identification, nomenclature and the classification. Then in next unit we will going to study, that is taxonomic hierarchy. So this name hierarchy or this term hierarchy, what is this? Hierarchy means the arrangement in sequence, that is from descending order or the ascending order. Okay, so when we arrange something according to their size, that is from that is arranged that small, then large, then again bigger, then again bigger, then again bigger, that is the ascending order. That is 1 2 3 4 5 6. When we arrange these numbers from 1 to 10, that is ascending order, and when we arrange from 10 to 1, this is the descending order. So that is the arrangement in sequence, that is the hierarchy. So arranging in sequence or the ascending or descending order, that is the taxonomic hierarchy. In that unit you will study the various types of principles and rules that is present while arranging these that is the categories, the arranging categories. There are number of categories are present, or ranks you can say. That is rank means from smaller to higher rank or from higher to smaller rank. So there are present from smaller to higher ranks, there are present specific categories. So there are specific categories. In that categories these plants will be arranged. Okay, so to arrange these plants according to that rank, there are some principles, there are some rules. So that is according to Indian or International Union of that is Council of Nomenclature, that is Indian International Council of Nomenclature. According to that these rules and principles we have to follow while arranging these plants to a specific category or to the specific sequence. Okay, so what are these principles, what are these rules of this nomenclature, International Council of Nomenclature? Then what are the different types of ranks in classification, their major categories, all these things they are included in this unit. Then next is the binomial nomenclature. So in binomial nomenclature means to give a particular name, while nomenclature means to give the name of that plants. And what type of nomenclature is this? It is a binomial. Binomials means giving two names to a particular plant. As we have two names, that is our name and our surname, like that the plant has also the two names. So these two names, that is known as the binomial. Bi means two. So binomial nomenclature, the giving the name of a particular plant, that is two names, that is the one is specific name and the other is generic name. Okay, genus and species. So generic name and the specific. Generic name, it is the first, and species name it is comes after generic name. So this is two names. Every plant has its specific generic and the species name. Okay, so that is the binomial nomenclature. Okay, to give the plants according to the binomial, give the name to the plant according to the binomial nomenclature. It has also some rules. The name has written in Latin, that is given in Latin language, because Latin was the famous language or the universal language at that time. So every plant has given its name in Latin language. So this binomial nomenclature. Then next part is author citation and rejection of names. So after giving the name to the plants, that is two names to the plants, that is genus, generic and the specific name. So after giving the names, it has to be mentioned, it is compulsory, or it has to be mentioned the name of the author who had given this name to that plant. Okay, so author's name should be written after the name of the plant. So for example, if the name of the plant, that is a mango tree, is Mangifera indica. Okay, Mangifera is the generic name and indica is the specific name. This is the two names, that is two names of the plants, Mangifera and indica. And after that, you have to return the Linnaeus. Okay, so why Linnaeus? Linnaeus is the author who has given that name to the mango tree, that is Mangifera indica. So that's why the author citation or that name is must be or should be given to that that is after the naming of that plant. Okay, so there are author citations are there, then rejection of names is also there. So there are various types of rules and regulations are also you have to follow for doing this. So these all these things we will study in this next unit, that is the unit 2, taxonomy hierarchy. Then unit 3, that is systems of classification. So while classifying the plants, there are some types of systems that many taxonomists they have given the various types of systems. So according to that, we have grouping them in 3, that is artificial, natural and phylogenetic. So in this unit we will study the types of classification, that is artificial, natural and phylogenetic. And the two scientists, that is Bentham and Hookers, they gave us the that is detailed classification system, and we follow them this that is the classification system of them. So we follow the Bentham and Hooker system of classification while classifying the plants. Okay, and we will also study the merits and demerits of this system of Bentham's and Hooker. So there are 3 types of classification systems: artificial, natural and phylogenetic. Artificial is based on only few characters, so it was rejected that time. And natural systems, these scientists considered more and more number of characters as you can say they added or they consider all the characters at that time, and according to that characters or while studying these all the characters of plants, they create the natural system of classification, and this is somewhat reliable. Hence it was accepted at that time and it is still accepted today. But as the evolution, that is at the Darwin's period, at Darwin's told about the evolution, that period, this evolutionary, that is sequence, when we studied the past, that is fossils plants and the today's plants, then we create a link in between these plants. So while studying the fossil plants or while we study the evolutionary sequence of that particular group, then that will be added in the classification system. So when evolutionary that is study is that is considered in classification system, that classification system is phylogenetic system. Okay, so this phylogenetic system, it is more reliable than that of the natural systems. So how it is how the difference between or what is the difference between and how they are that is more reliable than other, it will be studied in this unit. Okay, so this is the Bentham and Hooker systems we follow Then merits and demerits we will also study. Then in next unit, that is unit 4, the study of plant families with respect to systematic position, general characters, distinguishing characters and economic importance. So what is this? In this unit, we will have to study the different families. So 4 families they are present in your syllabus, that is Malvaceae, Solanaceae, Euphorbiaceae and Canaceae. So these 4 families you will be studied in detail. That is in detail their systematic position, that is their taxonomic hierarchy, then general characters to from root to fruit. That is general character means the study the morphological characters, that is that plants the characters of that plants, that is from root to fruit. This is the general character study of general characters. Then distinguishing characters and economic importance. So while or after studying the whole general characters, detailed general characters, we studied the some of the distinguishing characters. From that distinguishing characters we imagine or we can easily identify that plants. Okay, and the economic importance of the various types of plants present in that family. So that family includes that, like our families included number of members, like that the family of plants included number of or various types of plants. So they are similar, very much similar with their characters. So in case of Malvaceae, there is a presence of that is hibiscus plant, then your cotton plant, then your that is lady's finger. These all plants, they are included in the family Malvaceae. Then Solanaceae is the brinjal family, that is it includes brinjal, potato, then you can say your what can say the mirchi. Then Euphorbiaceae family, it includes the arundi or the ricinus and all these things. Then Euphorbiaceae also, it includes the avla. Then Canaceae family, you can better know the canna plants, kardali म्हणतो आपण त्याला. So these are the families which includes various types of plants which has the same characters. Okay, so these 4 families you are going to study in detail. Okay, detail about their systematic positions, detail about their characters, distinguishing characters and economic importance. Okay, so this is the 4th unit. Now the next unit is herbarium. Unit 5 is herbarium. Herbarium is means that is when we collect the plants and we are that is collect plant, then dry that plant and then place that plant in a particular sheet and preserve that plant in our laboratory. So preserving technique is the preserving of that plant in dry condition. Okay, so whole parts of that plants, they are that is in the dry form is preserved in a particular sheet, that is the herbarium. Okay, so what is herbarium, what are the various techniques and what is the function of that technique, all will be studied in unit 5, that is herbarium. Also the importance of herbaria. So this will be we will see in this unit. Then unit 6 is botanical gardens. In this unit you will be studied you will study the various botanical gardens. So what is botanical gardens, what is its functions, then what are the special features of that they follow in botanical garden, then various types of plants, that is the whole details of the botanical gardens we will study in this unit. So there are two botanical gardens you will that is study in detail, that is Indian Botanical Garden, Kolkata, and Royal Botanical Garden, that is Kew, England. Royal Botanical Garden is the world's largest garden in, okay, so it is present in the Kew. In all these things, that is from area up to the various type of plants, what is the arrangement of that garden, so what is the sectors of all these things, detailed things we will study in this unit. Okay, then unit 7 consists of numerical taxonomy. So what is numerical taxonomy? Numerical taxonomy, it is related with the that is you can say the mathematics. So जसं आपण आकडे म्हणतो ना, that is number of characters, how many characters, so it included the number. So how it apply, that is numbers apply in the taxonomy, that will be studied in numerical taxonomy, its definition and its application in while studying the or while classifying the plants. We will study in numerical taxonomy. Then the last unit, that is unit 8, is related with modern trends in taxonomy. Okay, so what are the various modern techniques or trends we apply or use in taxonomy or while classifying the plants? These are included in this last unit, that is palynology, cytology, phytochemistry. Okay, these are the modern, that is trends or techniques we used while classifying or grouping that plants. Okay, palynology is related with the study of pollen grains. Cytology is related with the study of cells and the various types of organelles present in the cells. Then phytochemistry, that is it is related with the plants, that is chemicals or various types of that is latex, mucilage, various types of chemicals and alkaloids, all these things they are present in the plants and how they relate or how they help while classifying the plants. Okay, so this is about your syllabus. All these 8 units you will study in this paper, that is plant taxonomy. Okay, so before we starting the first unit, let's discuss about the plant kingdom. Okay, you know that plant kingdom, that is the whole plants on the earth, they are divided on the basis of seed bearing or not, or they have prepare seeds or not. Some plants, they do not have seeds or they do not prepare seed in their plant in their lifetime, and some plants, they are seed bearing plants, that means they have seeds. So on the basis of that, there are two groups, non seed bearing and seed bearing. Okay, so non seed bearing plants, they are known as cryptogams, and seed bearing plants, they are known as phanerogams. Okay, so whole plants on the earth, they are divided into two parts on the basis of seed presence or seed absent. That means seedless, that is seed is absent, is cryptogams, and seed is present is phanerogams. Okay, so first of all, two groups are, we have to group this whole plants into that is two groups, that is cryptogams and phanerogams. Got it? Now these cryptogams, that is non seed bearing plants or seedless plants, you can say. So these seedless plants, they are again divided into 3 types. Okay, what are they? That is Thallophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. Okay, Thallophyta, on what basis? Yes, that is all seedless plants, they are that is differentiated into three groups. That is, first is Thallophyta, that is undifferentiated body, that is, it is the body of that plant is not differentiated into root, stem and leaves. That is the thallus body. Okay, there is no any vascular system is present. Vascular system means there is no presence of conducting tissues, that is xylem and phloem. So that is, they are non-vascular plants also. Okay, then reproduction is sexual and asexual. So this Thallophyta, it is the you can say it is grouped into lower cryptogams and higher cryptogams. This Thallophyta is included under lower cryptogams. In cryptogams, again there is two groups, lower and higher cryptogams. In lower cryptogams, that is Thallophyta members, that is algae and lichens, they are included in lower cryptogams. And the Bryophyta and Pteridophyta, these another two groups, they are included in higher cryptogams. So it is a evolutionary sequence. From algae is the primitive member, that is Thallophyta is the primitive one, then Bryophyta and then Pteridophyta. Though Bryophyta is in between these two, Thallophyta and Pteridophyta, so it is also known as the connecting link between these two. This Bryophyta, it includes mosses, liverworts, hornworts. Okay, these Bryophyta members, it also known as the amphibians. Thallophyta is all the, that is aquatic members. Then Bryophyta is known as the amphibians, they live in water as well as in on the land. Okay, so these Bryophyta members, that is there is it is also in the Bryophyta there is also not proper, that is root or shoot system, no vascular system. Then reproduction is also sexual and asexual, but it is somewhat advanced member from that of the Thallophyta. Then from Bryophyta arises Pteridophyta. This Pteridophyta, there is a development of vascular system. It is the first vascular group, that is the vascular tissues is developed in this Pteridophyta. That is, starting of development of vascular tissue is in the Pteridophyta. So hence it is known as the first vascular group. In Thallophyta and Bryophyta there is no vascular system, no vascular tissues are that is present or developed in this two. Only Pteridophyta there is a vascular system. In case of cryptogams, it is a first group, that is the Pteridophyta, who have developed the vascular system. Okay, so this is the cryptogams. But all these plants, they are the same, or the common basic character is they are seedless plants. And according to their vascular tissue present or not, they are again divided into two, that is non-vascular and vascular. In non-vascular case, Thallophyta and Bryophyta is present, and in vascular, Pteridophyta is present. Or you can say lower cryptogams and higher cryptogams. In lower cryptogams, Thallophyta and Bryophyta is Thallophyta is present, and in higher cryptogams, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta is present. Okay, so in Pteridophyta, ferns are included. All type of ferns, plants, they are present in Pteridophyta. Now come to the next, that is phanerogams, that is seed bearing plants. Again, in seed bearing plants there are two types, two groups are present, that is gymnosperms and angiosperms. Gymnosperm also develop the seed and angiosperm is also develop the seed. Okay, but they are all vascular plants. Both are vascular plants, vascular tissues are developed, but there are some difference in the gymnosperms and angiosperms. What is this? Gymno means, that is, you can say naked, and sperm means seed. So in gymnosperm the seeds are naked, but in case of angiosperm, angio means vessels, that is, and sperm means seeds. So seeds are always enclosed in a vessel. So in case of gymnosperm, seeds are naked, there is no covering on the seed, around the seed, but in case of angiosperm, the seeds are always covered by any type of cover. Okay, so this is the main difference. Okay, in gymnosperm, evergreen, that is cycads and pines, all these thuja, all these long trees, high, that is heighted, say, as a high, as you have seen the, तुम्हाला विद्येचं झाड माहिती असेल. सो आणि सायकसचे प्लांट्स आहेत, सायकस वगैरे, ते याचे झाडं तुम्ही पाहिले असतील, तर हे सगळे जिम्नोस्पर्म्समध्ये येतात. देन एन्जिओस्पर्म म्हणजे आपण आजूबाजूला जे सगळे प्लांट्स पाहतो, ऑल द प्लांट्स, फ्लावरिंग प्लांट्स वी हॅव सीन इन अवर that is surrounding, that is the angiosperms. So angiosperms is the dominating group in this era. म्हणजे आजच्या याच्यातला पृथ्वीवरचा सगळ्यात डॉमिनेटिंग मेंबर्स म्हणजे angiosperm. Okay, so these angiosperm also on the basis of cotyledons, how many cotyledons present in the seeds, it is again of two types, monocotyledons and dicotyledons. So flowering plants, if they contains in their seed only one cotyledon, then it is grouped or included under the monocotyledons. And if the seed has two cotyledons, then it is included under dicotyledons. So this is about the classification, you can say, or the how the groups are formed in plant kingdom. So this is about the general idea about plants. Now in your first that is paper, you will study about the Thallophyta, that is lower cryptogams, in first semester. And in second semester you will going to study the higher cryptogams, that is Bryophyte and Pteridophyte. So all the cryptogamic part, it is covered in your first year. And this, that is taxonomy part, that is this paper includes the angiospermic plants. Okay, so these angiosperms is also covered in your syllabus. Okay, so this is about the plant kingdom and how these plant kingdoms is divided according to their that is characters. Okay, in taxonomy also we are grouping all the angiospermic plants according to their character, like we divide these groups according to their characters. So this is somewhat the classification, that is the idea. You have just now you got some idea about what type of classification is, or what is classification according on the basis of that. Okay, so this is the our introduction of our paper today. This is over for this for today's lecture, and we will see that is we will start with our first unit, that is definition, scope and all these things in our next lecture. So till then, stay tuned and study well. Thank you.